In this really short video, I'm going to outline all the differences between these current XPAC versions from GORUCK that just came out a few days ago and already sold out, at least in the GR1. GR2 is still available. They had some on Huckberry, but now those are gone too. I'm not really sure if they're going to get any more, but I have to imagine we'll see more XPAC. But anyway, I'm going to document everything that's different in these versions compared to the two previous iterations of XPAC builds we've seen from GORUCK in a Carryology collaboration, the Kaidan 1, Kaidan 2. So let's get to it. All the differences in XPAC GORUCK bags. So I guess it's been almost 2 years since we saw the first Kaidan editions of GORUCK bags. That was basically a capsule of a GR2 34 liter, a bullet, and a GR2 sized field pocket. Did a video on that, so I'll post a link to the original video that I did on Kaidan 1.0. Then about a year later, we saw Kaidan 2.0, a re-release of some of those bags with some significant differences and some improvements over the first edition. So honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you all about the current editions, and then we're going to go through all the differences so that you know what you're getting when you get a Kaidan 1, a Kaidan 2, or a regular XPAC version from this recent release, because there's a lot always available on some of these secondary markets, whether it's a Facebook group or eBay or other places, Facebook Marketplace. You really just kind of want to know what the differences are. So I'm going to break it all down. But first, let's talk about the GR1s and GR2s that got recently released. I have in my possession two GR1s, the 21 liter and a 26 liter in blue, navy blue. This one's in black. They have a different interior color when we break it all down. But XPAC VX21, the thinner version, they made some in 42, VX42, and these ones are VX21. I personally have some durability concerns, more about that at the end of this video. But anyway, these are all VX21 and a 400 or 420D interior line, depending on where you read. But again, they have different colors. In the black, they paired it with a nice green color, olive, and the blue's got a coyote interior. So really nice contrasting colors, nothing big, bright fluorescent orange. Don't really need that anyway. Breaking down some of the differences, again, they came out with GR1s in these two sizes, the standard GR1 sizes, and GR2s. This is the first time we've seen GR2s in XPAC released in both the 26 and the 40 liter. Before we just had the middle sweet spot 34 liter, but now you can get a 26 liter or the 40 liter in either black or this navy blue. And this is really the first time we've seen GR1s in XPAC. Yes, we've seen GR1s in Dyneema and denim, all sorts of Cordura builds, but this is the first time we've seen it in XPAC, and I really do like it. I think the VX21 may be a little thin. I prefer the thicker version VX42, but we're gonna, honestly, in probably a video or two, I'm gonna really beat up one of these two. I'm gonna really put it to its test, sort of like I did with the Heritage GR2 that I had a while ago, but we're gonna really test the limits of VX21. Why? Because I have concerns. I'm hoping it does really well, but anyway, more about that in a future video. The other big differences between this one, a GR1, and a standard GR1 are vast. First of all, VX21 build, rain flap on the slash pocket, it's just the same, but there's no rain flap on the outside. They did this in the Kaidan editions. They took off that rain flap. Cool, you don't need it when you put an AquaGuard zipper like you see on both these. It's the matte AquaGuard zipper, which I do prefer. So really nice, and it really makes this thing very, very water resistant. The back panel is no different, and at least initial design, it's the same VX21 everywhere. It got a bomb-proof laptop compartment, frame sheet, everything is awesome. The shoulder harnesses are same dimensions, so super cool. And the one thing I haven't mentioned yet, yes, we're missing the webbing that you would see on the shoulder straps or the front and sides of a GR1. So this is a more slick edition of the GR1. Differences between the previous Kaidans are, we'd had leather accents, no leather here, standard webbing that you would see on every other GORUCK bag, black on both of these, and super cool. just like you'd see everywhere else. AquaGuard on the laptop compartment, just like everything else. Now the improvement over a standard edition GR1 is we have this top pocket, which everybody loves, at least everybody I know loves it. And the interior of these is the interior color that's contrasting. Again, it's got an olive with the black and a coyote with the blue. So we get a top pocket, which is honestly in a GR1 the only way to go, because if I'm gonna ruck with this thing, if I want something with a water bladder and I need that hydration port to come out of here, I have a rucker for that. So in these, I love the top pocket. I wish it would be in the standard GR1, but it's what it is. Now that's it. Now that's pretty standard. VX21 all over the place, and they make them in both colors on each size, so don't think you can only get 26 in blue. But again, blue 550 cord on the zipper tabs on here, so that's pretty cool. Let's dive into the inside just to see what those colors look like contrasting on the inside. All right, so inside, again, black with the olive on this side, and this one's got a coyote with the blue. So I do like those color combos, super nice, very classic, not super bright orange. You know, one minor difference is we got a coyote webbing over here. We got the black and with the Ranger green olive color in that. So that's just cool. Again, the top pocket area is the same color as everything else, and then on the outside you just got that inside of the XPAC fabric, the VX21. On these top flaps, again, to show you the little differences here. Again, we've got coyote where we had coyote, and then we got black on this side with, you know, either Ranger green, either way. Built in the USA, both by GORUCK, and again, just super nice, super contrasted. I just love these colors a ton. So that's the inside of these GR1s, the same designs you'd see every other GR1. We've got mesh pockets, standard zip pockets, and then on the inside we've got the elastic pockets and webbing to attach other things. And that's what I really love. No AquaGuard on the inside. You don't need it because it's on the inside of the bag. Now, one thing that a lot of people complain about, at least what I've seen, is the zippers being super stiff. Well, you got AquaGuard zippers, so that's one reason they're going to be stiff, and they're brand new. So after a while, I think I would expect those to sort of loosen up over time as you get to use the bag a little bit more. Now, let's pack these things up and talk about some of the difference between these builds and the Kaidans. All right, so there we are, they're all packed up, super cool, super nice. Before I get to the Kaidans and just run through every iteration we've ever seen of XPAC builds from GORUCK and Carryology, the other thing they released were the GR1 field pockets in XPAC with AquaGuard zippers. Super nice and super awesome. Now, we've seen XPAC before. Again, the Kaidan collaborations had these, and what was awesome about the Kaidan editions were webbing on the back. And this allows you to mount this in different places. So you can put this on the inside of this bag, which I plan to do on this one. Mount it on the inside and have XPAC everything wherever you want to put it. And it's just a nice feature, in my opinion. The new ones are completely slick. So the GR1 field pocket's completely slick, sort of like we've seen on the Heritage field pockets, which are just slick everywhere. Now beyond that, it's the same thing on every field pocket you've ever seen, just standard VX21 and AquaGuard zippers. Just make this super cool, and I love the navy blue. Goes with this, of course, but again, you can't mount it on the inside, which is the one negative. In my opinion only. I would have loved to have seen that like these. That's the main difference here between these two, you know, that and the size, GR2 size or GR1 size. That's field pockets. So this next part of the video gets a little confusing. So I just had to like open up and make a spreadsheet of everything that was the difference between the different Kaidans. So, and I'm gonna put this up right here so you can look at this the same time I'm looking at this. And again, I've done Kaidan specific videos. I already posted, gave you a little preview of the version 1. The version 2.0, I'll post that video up above now, so you can go back and watch that one if you really wanted to see the difference between the version 1 and version 2. But this is going to be sort of an XPAC summary, the differences between Kaidan 1, Kaidan 2, and current XPAC. First of all, VX21 in a majority of these builds, with the exception of Kaidan 1, as you can see, had VX42, which I would have preferred to see at least some of these builds in. But again, most of them now are just this thinner VX21. Still durable, I have concerns, but VX21. The interior, pretty much all the same, at least in terms of material, with the exception of Kaidan 2 had this RVX25 hyper orange color, which was really, really cool. It was more bright than the original orange in the Kaidan, which was the same interior material that we see today, just in different colors. I like these two classic color combos, personally. Now, quick access pocket is another thing that is not the same everywhere. In Kaidan 1, the original bullet that came with that capsule, or you could buy it individually, had a top pocket, which was game changing. The GR2 did not have a top pocket. That was my main complaint with that iteration. Kaidan 2 brought top pockets everywhere, and these all have top quick access pockets, so it's super, super cool. Accents on the Kaidans are leather. On these, we see a standard Cordura webbing, nylon webbing that we've seen on all the other GORUCK bags, and very high quality. Webbing on the front, which you'll see on a typical GR1, was only on the Kaidan 1s, the GR2 and the bullets, both front webbing and shoulder strap webbing. Since then, it's been all slick, nothing on the webbing, nothing on the shoulder straps, nothing on the front. This rain flap on the main zippers has been removed on all the Kaidans and the currents. This front slash pocket, however, looked just like this on Kaidan 1, looks just like this on current editions. The second edition of the Kaidan removed this rain flap that was on at least the GR2s, and the bullets never had this rain flap. So really, the Kaidan 2, if you liked not having that, that's what you'd want to try to find, is a Kaidan 2 34 liter without that rain flap. Otherwise, they all have the standard edition rain flaps. Now, this other note is really a GR2 specific item. And really the Kaidan 1, Kaidan 2, the main compartment of a GR2 has internal mesh pockets. So what I'm talking about is on the inside of this main compartment on this lovely Heritage Ryan Reynolds edition GR2, is we've got these mesh pockets on the inside, and that's what was lacking in the Kaidan 1, Kaidan 2. It was just a flat panel. Now in the current editions of the XPAC GR2s, 26, 34, and 40, you get these two pockets back, which I think is a big improvement. I wish I would have had it in the original Kaidans. Again, I've talked about the sizes. The GR2s that they released previously were all 34 liters. Now you can get all three sizes, the GR2 in either of these XPAC colors, and really those are the only ones that are still available currently as of the filming of this video. The GR1s were not previously available in either Kaidan capsule collection from Carryology and GORUCK. Just now, or was the first time we've seen XPAC GR1s. Colors, the first Kaidan was just black. The second Kaidan release had both olive, coyote, and some orange along with the black. No blues. Now we get blue with the black on just the XPAC editions. Bottom handles were standard on the GR2s in leather. The GR2s they released now, they don't have that bottom handle. Prices. Now, the one thing I couldn't find was the bullet prices, so anyway, but the GR2 prices, yeah, 34 liter GR2, original Kaidan 1 price $495, the second edition $525, and then the third release now, standard XPAC, is $605. That's the 34 liter. Just to break it out to the smaller 26 liters is $555, and the biggest one is $625 for a 40 liter GR2. Pretty pricey. GR1 prices, again, we didn't have any previously. Now they're $425 or $435 based off of the size of the bag that you were to find now. Those were list prices. Again, not available. Not sure they're coming back. Hopefully they will. But if you're looking at them on secondary market prices, that's at least what the original people paid. Probably free shipping. And again, bullet prices. I couldn't find bullet 1 prices. If you remember what they were, leave me a note in the comment and I'll add it to my notes. But Kaidan 2, the bullet prices were $295, and again, right now they're not currently available. We'll see if they release XPAC bullets in the future. Haven't heard, and not really sure they would. So there you go. That's just a general summary of the current XPAC offerings, things that you might see in some of these social media groups, ones that you might want to pick up. Now you know at least what they originally paid for of some of those GR2s or bullets. In this case, now we have these GR1s, which are totally cool, and this lightweight material I think are awesome. Still have those durability concerns. Planning a future video that you're not going to want to miss. So that brings me to the point where giving this video a thumbs up helps other people see it. Subscribing to the channel helps more people see it. And you're not going to want to miss the next video. So sign up for alerts, because one of these is getting destroyed. The best of my abilities to destroy one so that we can see and I can answer all of those durability concerns. Are those valid? Those are the questions I hope to answer in the next one. Will I destroy the Samurai, a Dyneema, a 1000D, a Heritage along with these VX21s? I don't know. But you're not going to want to miss it, so definitely sign up for alerts so you don't when I post that video. But this was a real quick summary of everything XPAC from GORUCK. I think it is cool to see them expand into these builds, but they started with Carryology collaborations. I think they're awesome. I do love the colors, and I want picking which one to destroy. I say destroy, but submitting it to these tests is going to be kind of tough. So leave me a comment down below if you think I should pick one or the over to submit for this testing. I don't know. But anyway, enjoy the weather where you are. Spring, get outside. Everything's better outside. That's what we're going to do with the rest of today, is get outside. See you in the next video. The rain flap on the outer edge. Actually, that last part, you'll have to delete that and go back, because what I meant to say is this rain flap on the main zippers has been removed on all the Kaidans and the Currents. So you won't see any zippers